Alright guys, so our today's topic is actually going to be factoring trinomial of the form. Okay, so we have the form ax squared plus bx plus c. So this is the form. This is the form, and then we try to factor it. So we try to do the factory, right? So as the previous video, if you watch the previous video, I think you should be able to doing those questions really efficiently. Okay, so so there's actually not many really property over here, so let's just go straight to some real example. Okay, so over here I'm just gonna over the question over here, I'm just gonna show you guys how you actually doing those questions really fast. You kind of want to prepare for the exam, right? So you want to doing those questions fast, so you want to get those answers fast. Let me show you the way, okay? Because the last video we already really detailedly talking about how we actually using the basic method to solving those kind of problem, right? So if you still quite confused how the basic method is going to work, just check the previous video. Okay, check the previous video. Okay, over here we just basically gonna tell you guys how you actually doing those questions really fast. And then okay, so we got totally how many questions? We got totally 11 questions over here. Okay, we got totally 11 questions over here. So we're gonna walking them one by one. Okay, we're gonna walking through them one by one, and I will try to show you all the steps. Okay, let's go back to the right page. Okay, so let's focus on the first question. The first question, what we got over here is x to the square minus 6x minus 40, right? So you basically write out x and x, right? So cos 8x multiplied by x equal to x squared, right? And then you see a number is negative 40 over here, right? It's actually negative 40. So you basically know that actually the combination over here should be negative 10 and then 4. Okay, so that's the combination over here. And then we're gonna doing the cross operation, right? Because we want to make sure it's actually negative 7x as the middle term, right? So we have x multiplied by 4 plus x multiplied by negative 10, right? So we have 4x and then minus 10x, right? 4x minus 10, it is negative 6x, right? It's actually negative 6x, so it is equal, right? So you basically know the combination is actually right. So let me erase it. Yeah, so you basically know the combination is actually right, so we put a cross and the answer for this, and we finished the factoring, right? We finished the factoring, so it's gonna be x minus 10 and then x plus 4. Okay, so this is gonna be the solution. We finished the factoring. This is gonna be the solution of this question. Okay, as I say it before, the detail you don't have to write it. Okay, the detail you don't have to write it. The detail stuff like those, you can just erase it. You just leave the answer. Okay, you just leave the answer. Okay, but as I'm actually try to explain how the thing is gonna work on the later question. I will show you. I will not erase it. Okay, I will not erase the details. Okay, but remember detail. Okay, so the detail. Okay, so details is not required for the full answer. Okay, for the full answer. Okay, so basically over here detail is not required for the full answer. So what I mean by that is that detail is you can just erase the detail. Okay, you can write the detail in maybe on another paper. Okay, all right. But in this case, cause I'm actually explaining how the thing is gonna work. So for the later on question, I will show you the details. I will not erase it. Okay. So let's focus on question 2. So x to the power 2 minus 16x plus 63, right? So again, you write it down, x and x, right? X and x multiplied by x is x squared, right? X squared, right? And then we got a plus a positive 36 over here, right? So we got a positive 36 over here, right? So over here, the right combination should be negative 7 and then also negative 9, right? So the combination over here is negative 7 and negative 9, because 7 multiplied by 9 is actually equal to 33, right? Right? So now I'm going to show you the operation, okay? Now I'm going to show you guys the operation, okay? As always, you know, the operation is actually why we're doing the operation, because we want to make sure the middle number is the number the middle number is correct, right? So over here we have x multiplied by negative 9 and then plus x multiplied by negative 7, right? So we have negative 9x minus 7x, right? So it's exactly negative 16x, right? So it's actually exactly negative 16x. So you know we got the right combination, okay? So those two numbers are the same, right? So we know actually get the right combination, and then you are actually done with this question, right? All the thing left is right now is you write down the answer as always. You put a line, and then you basically write down the answer, which is x minus 7 and x minus 9. So this is going to be the solution. The factory. So we finished the factory for question 2, and then this is the solution. Okay. Right. Okay. All right. So let's move into question 3. So question 3, again, you looking at this question is kind of like similar, right? So you have a y square. You have no y square, you have m to the power 2 m square, right? You have m square, so you write it down m and m, and then you can see over here we have a 16n square, right? So the right combination over here, it should be 4n and then also 4n. It should be also negative, right? So okay, so the right combination over here, as I said before, you know, most of the question you should be able to see the combination. You should be able to, when you're thinking about the combination, you should be able to see it right away. Not all the question will be so difficult to find a right combination. So as I said, you know, most of the combination, most of the number, like over here we got negative 4 and negative 4 and negative 4, and most of the question should be like, you know, you're thinking about like some seconds, and then you should be able to find the right combination. Okay, all right. Okay, so so over here what we have is negative 4 and then negative 4. As you can see, if we multiply them together, it becomes positive 16n squared, right? Okay. And as we always have to do it, we want to make sure the middle number is right. So we're doing the cross operation, right? We're doing the cross operation. So we're basically using multiplied by negative 4n, and then we have a plus multiplied by negative 4n, right? So that's basically the cross operation to make sure it is exactly negative 8mn, right? So we have negative 4mn on the left hand side, and then we have a negative 4 on the right hand side. So it does basically become negative 8 right? It becomes negative 8 so you know you know the number is exactly the same, so that means our combination is actually right? So our combination is actually right. So now is the time to finish the factory, right? To finish the factory, so you basically write down you put a line, but in the middle, right? In between them, and then you just basically write it down minus 4 and minus 4 so which is equal to n minus 4 n squared, right? Now you get the solution. Now you finish the factory, and then you get a solution for question 3, right? Okay. Right. And this is just, those parts are just simply the detail. Okay, detail. And then you can just as I said before, you can write those details in another in just another paper, maybe in another paper. Okay. Alright, so let's move into question 4. So question 4, you look at this, you feel like maybe it's a little bit more confusing, right? To actually choosing the right combination. But as I said, okay, so let's work out. Okay, so question 4, what we have is 6x squared minus 3x minus 3. So over here we have a 6x squared. So we put 6x squared in 3x and then 2x. Okay, because 3x multiplied by 2x is actually 6x squared, right? Okay, and then over here you can see we have a negative 3, right? So negative 3, right? So as I said before, most of the question you after you thinking for a while, maybe like 10 seconds, you should be able to see the answer, right? And right over here, you basically the combination is going to be negative 3 and then 1, right? So negative 3. So over here, negative 3 multiplied by 1 is actually negative 3, right? So that means it's actually valid, right? So now we want to make sure the middle number is actually correct, right? So you want to make sure after we're doing the cross operation, then the middle number is actually exactly negative 7x, right? So let's do it. So we have 3x minus 3x multiplied negative 3, and then we have a plus this part, 2x multiplied by 1, right? It's just equal to negative 9x, and then we have let me write a little bit more clear, I guess. We have negative 9x plus a 2x, which is equal to negative 7x, right? So which is actually equal to negative 7x, right? So you find it's exactly the same as the middle number, right? So we actually get the right combination. So when you're trying to get the right combination, you always have to thinking about how you actually make this work. How you actually do after you're doing this operation to make it work. So you have to thinking about the order and also the number you choose it, right? So over here, why we get it right? Because we choose 1 and a negative 3, right? Okay, we're also choosing the right x. Over here should be 3x and 2x. Otherwise, if it is not, then you will get the wrong answer, right? But over here, now over here we already solve it. I mean, we already finished the factoring. So now is the time for us to write it down, right? So as always, you put a line between it, right? And then you just write it down. 3x plus 1, and then 2x minus 1, and then we're solving the factory, and then this is going to be the solution. Okay, if you cannot see it, one suggestion I would say is that try to practice more. Okay, try to code this kind of question. So basically, for this kind of question, you have to try some numbers, right? You have to try some numbers. If you if you finding the wrong number, maybe try to doing more question. Okay, that's my suggestion. Because I know sometimes it will be quite complicated to actually doing the factory, but as I say, most of the question is not that difficult to actually find the right combination, right? Okay, it's not that difficult. You're just gonna try a little bit and thinking a little bit, actually before you actually do it. Okay, thinking about more actually before you actually doing it. Okay, that will help you. Okay, thinking about you basically thinking about how I can reach it, how can I make the combination right, how can I for this question, how you can actually after doing the cross operation, then you get negative limit excess. That's basically what you're thinking about. Okay, alright. So now let's move into question, but this is the answer. Okay, this is the solution. Okay. Right, so let's move into question 5. So question 5, okay, so you can see what we have. Question 5 is 12w squared plus 19w plus 4, right? So again, you have to choosing the right combination to make it work, right? So over here, you have to think it a little bit. So maybe we're gonna try 3w and 4w first, okay? So if we choose 3w and 4w, so 3w multiplied by 4w is actually, so 3w multiplied by 4w is actually equal to 12w squared. So that's valid, right? And then you can see we got a 4 over here, right? We actually got a 4 over here. So you should right away you should know that we should put 4 at the top, because if we put 4 at the top, 4 multiplied by 4 is actually 16, right? 16, and then 16 over here, 16 over here plus 3 is actually 19. That's exactly what we wanted, right? You're thinking about that, because the number we want to get is actually 19, right? So you want to get it is actually 19. So that's basically the logic. Okay, so maybe repeat one more time. So you can see the number we want to get is actually 19 over here. So we have to put 4 at the top because 4 multiplied by 4w is actually already 16w, and 16w multiplied by 3w over here is actually 90w. That's what exactly what we wanted, right? Okay. And so that's basically the kind of like a logic. Okay, but now we already get the, okay, maybe let me write it down the operation. So 3w multiplied by 1 and then plus 4w multiplied by 4, right? So we got 3w plus 4 multiplied by 4 is 16w. It's actually equal to 19w, right? So 19w is exactly 90w. So that's equal, right? So we actually get the right combination, right? So you actually get the right combination. So we put a line between it and then we write down the solution, right? So we basically write down the solution and then we finish the factory. Okay, so we basically finish the factory for this question. Okay, so now let's move into question 6. As I say, solve the question may be a little bit complicated. Okay, but for most of the question, the combination is not that difficult to find it. You just trying to try. If you cannot find it, then try different way. Okay, try different kind of way. That maybe if the number is not working, then you try to flip it, and then maybe it's gonna work. And if still not working, then you may just change a little bit more, right? Okay, so over here for question 6, what we have is 20x squared minus 23x plus 6, right? So at the beginning, you have a 20x squared. So let's try 4x and 5x first. Okay, what I mean by try is that so basically you know that 20x squared can also be equal to 2x multiplied by 10x, right? And the 4x multiplied by 5x, right? So that's basically two of the possibility, right? So we don't know which one is gonna work. So that's why I say maybe we try this one first. If it is not working, then we have to choosing this one, right? Okay. Okay, cause right. Okay. So so now let's try 4x and 5x first, and then you can see over here we have a 6, right? We have actually a 6 over here, right? We have actually a 6 over here, and then you know 6 is actually equal to 1 multiplied by 6, and also 2 multiplied by 6, and then you gotta give it a try, right? You actually have to give it a try, because you don't know which one is it. You don't know which one will give you negative 23, right? So that's why I mean you need to try a little bit, okay? Maybe sometimes you will not find the solution on the first time, on the first try. Then you just need to change it. If 1 and 6 is not working, then you're gonna try 2 and 3, right? So that's basically the logic over here, okay? But before you even try it, then you need to thinking about it. Are those number by doing the operations that you can get negative 23? Over here we got 4x and then 5x. So we're gonna pick we definitely need to pick some number over here, right? So we're gonna definitely pick neither 1, 6 or 2 and 3, right? And then you need to think about it before you actually try to. You need to think about it, okay? All right. So over here, if you can actually see the question really through, okay? So actually over here, you see, actually over here, let me give you some idea, okay? So actually the thing over here is that you see there's a negative 23. It is negative 23, right? It is negative. So that means that basically mean the number over here should be all negative. It should be negative 1 multiplied by negative 6, and then negative 2, and then negative 2 multiplied by negative 3. Okay? And I just want to say the right combination over here is actually negative 3 and then negative 2. Okay? The right combination over here should be negative 3 and then negative 2. And you may say, why is not negative 1 and negative 6? Okay, so it is not negative 1 and negative 6 because, okay, so you can also try this one. Try this by yourself, okay? Try this by yourself. Okay, so let me write a little more clear. Excuse me. Try this by yourself. This may be okay. So basically, as I say, you have to think about it. If you so basically over here, negative 1 and negative 6 is actually not working. Okay, so that's basically a briefly explain. But if you not really want to know the detail, you basically think about you thinking about doing those calculations and it is not working. Okay. All right. So over here, the solution the solution over here, it should be we have to choose in negative 2 and negative 3. So let me actually show you the cross operation. Okay. The cross operation. Okay. So as we do it before, we have 4x we have 4x multiplied by negative 2, and then we have a plus 5x multiplied by negative 3. Okay, so we have so basically we have negative 8x and then negative 15x, right? So negative 8x, so negative negative 8x minus 15 is actually equal to negative 23x. So you can see this is exactly the number what we are looking for, right? So this is exactly the number what we are actually looking for. So you actually get the right combination. Okay, you actually get the right combination. And okay, so now we just put across a line between it, and then we finally write it down the solution. Okay, so the solution over here should be 4x minus 3 and then 5x minus 2. So this is going to be we finish the factory, and this is going to be the solution. Okay, right? And all the things over here is all the details, so you can just leave out details because I just want to make sure you guys understand, so you guys does understand it, so I won't erase it. Okay, but those are all the details, so you don't have to show it. Okay, you don't have to show it. Alright, so now let's move into question 7. Okay, so question 7, what we have is 15x squared minus xy minus 6y squared. So as I said, we're gonna have a try, right? We're gonna have a try. So we're gonna try 3x and then 5x. Okay, so 3x multiplied by 5x. So again, okay, let me repeat it. So here we have 3x multiplied by 5x is equal to 15x squared, right? So now we have to choose the number, right? We have to choose the number to make the combination, to make the cross calculation, right? So what we have is negative 6y squared, right? And then what we want over here is negative xy as the middle term, by doing after we finish the cross calculation, right? Okay, so basically over here I want to say the right combination should be negative 2 and 3. Okay, so basically the right combination over here should be negative 2y, and then 3y. Okay, because over here what we have is negative 6y squared. Okay, so let me show you. Okay, let me show you. So we have a 3x multiplied by 3y, and then what we have over here is actually plus a negative 2y and then multiplied by 5x, right? So what we have on the left hand side is 9xy, and then we have a negative, so it's going to be 10xy, right? 9xy minus 10xy is going to be negative xy, right? So negative xy is exactly what we wanted as the middle term, right? So now we actually solved the problem, right? So we find the right combination. So we put a line between it, and then we write it down 3x minus 2y and 5x plus 3y, right? So now we actually solve the problem. We finish the factory, right? We finish the factory, and then we find the solution, right? Okay, all the step up below the answer is all the details. Okay, you don't need to show it. Okay, you just write them in a paper. Okay, right? So let's move into question 8. For question 8, you can see we have 24x squared minus 18x minus 6, right? So okay, so we may have to try to find it, right? So maybe this question I'm going to show you a little more detail. Okay, so on so what you thinking? Okay, what you thinking? So what you thinking? So basically over here, so you are actually trying to factor, right? So you want to find the right combination, right? So and you know 24x squared is actually equal to 2x multiplied by 12x, and it is also equal to 3x multiplied by 8x, right? So that's basically just so you have to make a choice between those two, right? Between those two you have to make a choice, right? And you can see over here we have a -6, right? So for -6 we also have some choices, right? So we can actually, -6 can be -1 multiplied by 6, right? It can be also become -6 multiplied by 1, right? -6 can also become -2 multiplied by 3. It can be also -3 multiplied by 2, right? So those are the choices what you have, to make the number become -18, right? So those are the number what you have it, right? So in this case we're gonna try for 24x. Okay, so in this case, let me talk in a little more detail about this one. So in this case, what we're gonna try is 3x and 8x. Okay, 3x and 8x for 24x squared. Okay, and for -6 you have to thinking a little bit to make it right. Okay, so we have to thinking about a little bit to make the things right. Okay, so basically what you're thinking right now is you're thinking about is, so you first thinking about is -1 and 6 is gonna be right if we actually doing the cross operation. Okay, you basically thinking about that. Okay, and after a while you find -1 and 6 won't work. Okay, so in your mind you just put a cross. Okay, so after a while, after you thinking about it, like -1 and 6 is gonna work. It's gonna work over here. Is this gonna work? So that's basically what you're thinking about. Okay, so that's basically what you're thinking about. Okay, so that's more detail. Okay, all right, so now you start to actually thinking about if this one is gonna work. So now what we have is -6. Now you start to thinking about if this one is actually going to work or not, right? Okay, and basically over here is that it's not gonna work. Okay, basically over here is that it's just not gonna work ever. All right, okay, so you put another cross and then you have only two things left, right? You only have 2 opportunities left, right? So now you start thinking about if -2 and then +3 is gonna work or not. Right, okay, so that's basically the logic behind it. Okay. And finally you find this is the one which is gonna work. Okay, so we basically have some luck. We don't even have to try this one anymore. So we find this one is actually work. If how you make it work, you just put 3 at the top and then -2 at the bottom. Okay, all right, so if you actually okay, all right, okay, so those are the way, those are the way the your critical thinking. Okay, those are basically you thinking about how to make it right, how you actually choosing the right number. Okay, if you actually good enough, you can actually get it in one try. Okay, we already on the first try we tried -1 and 6 and it is wrong, and then the second try we try -6 and 1 and it's also wrong, and then we get our answer on the third try. Okay, if you cannot see it, then try it. Okay, but for most of the questions, as I say, you will get it in first try. Okay, but you have to thinking about how to make things right, how you actually get negative 18x, right? So now let's do the cross operation. Okay, so now let's do the cross operation. So we have 3x multiplied by -2, right? And then we have a plus 8x multiplied by 3, right? And then what we have is -6x, and then plus 3 multiplied by 8x is actually 24x, right? So now you're doing the calculation. So 24x minus 6x is actually equal to 18x, right? So that means actually I'm wrong. Sorry about it. Okay, that means I'm actually wrong on this one. I'm sorry. Okay, I do want to sorry about it. So that means okay. That means I'm actually wrong with this one. This one is also wrong. So that means the last one is gonna be right. Okay, let us do this a little bit quicker. Sorry about it. Okay. So that means over here it should be -3, and then over here it should be 2. Okay, I'm sorry. So over here the right combination is actually this one. It's -3 and 2. So you put -3 on the top and then 2 on the bottom. Sorry, okay. And then we're gonna do the cross operation. Okay, 3x multiplied by 2, and then we have a plus 8x multiplied by -3, and then we have 6x minus 24x, right? It's actually 6x minus 24x, right? So now you actually find negative, so it's gonna be -24 plus 6, which is equal to -18x. Now you're finally finding the answer, right? Now you're actually finding the answer. -18x is exactly what we wanted, right? So now we finish the factoring, right? So you put a line between it, and then the final answer will be 3x minus 3, and then 8x plus 2. Okay, this is gonna be the solution. Okay, so the final answer will be 3x minus 3, and then 8x plus 2. Okay, this is for question 8. Yeah, this is for question 8. Okay. Okay, so let's move to question 9. So question 9, when you look at it, you find you have a y to the power 4, and then you have a y to the power 3, and then you have a y to the power 2. So you definitely know we can actually factor out y to the power 2, right? And then it just make it become 2y squared plus 5y, and then plus 3, right? And over here, so we have to factor this part, right? So what we do over here is 2y and then y, right? And then we have a 3 over here, so the right combination is actually 3 and the 1, right? It's actually 3 and 1, right? So let me show you the cross calculation. So we have a 2y multiplied by 1, and then we have plus 3 multiplied by y, right? So it's actually 2y plus 3y is equal to 5y, right? So 5y is the same what we exactly wanted over here, right? 5y is exactly the same what we wanted over here, right? So we actually get the right combination. So you draw a line between it, and then we write down the solution. Okay, so the solution over here is 2y plus 3 and then y plus 1. Okay, so the So this is actually, we finished the full factory, and this will be the final solution of it. Okay, so this will be the final solution of it. Alright, so now let's move to question 10 over here. So maybe you look at question 10, you feel like, it's a little bit confused, right? But remember, it's the same thing. Okay, you can see the first term, what we have is over here is 10 x plus y square, right? X plus y to the power square to the power 2, right? And then you can see what we have as the middle term over here is that we have okay, let me rewrite it. The middle term over here we have is 11 negative 11 x plus y, right? And then we have a coefficient, we have a number negative 6, right? So you should know that. So over here, let's try 2x plus y. So you're seeing this as a term, okay? You just see this as a term, okay? So that's why we put 2x plus y and then 5x plus y, right? So you get it, right? 2x plus y multiplied by x plus y is actually exactly equal to 10x plus y squared, right? Okay, so now we have to find the right combination to get it work, right? To actually get it work. So we have a negative 6 over here, right? We have a negative 6 over here, right? And we want to actually want to get a number. We want to make sure that we actually get exactly the middle number, right? By finding the right combination, right? Okay. So you're thinking about it, right? And you finally basically find out, like, you have to put number 2 on the bottom and the 3 at the top, and then it has to be negative 3 to make it work, right? So as I say, most question is like, it's kind of like in this kind of way. You should be able to see the combination right away, okay? Okay, so most question is not that difficult to actually find the right combination of it. Okay. So now let's do the cross operation. Okay, so let's basically do the cross operation over here. So what we have over here is 2x plus y multiplied by 2, and then we have a plus 5x plus y multiplied by negative 3, right? So you see we have a 2 become 4x plus y, and then we have a negative 3 and then 5, so it becomes negative 15x plus y, right? And you found that 4x plus y minus 15x plus y, that becomes negative 11x plus y, right? Is that right? So it's actually negative 11x plus y. Negative 11x plus y is what we exactly looking for, right? It's basically what we exactly actually looking for, right? So we actually get the right combination, right? So we actually get the right combination. So now we already finished the factoring, so you put a line between it, and then you write down the solution, okay? So how you actually write down the solution? You have to put these things in the bigger bracket, because we already have a small bracket, right? So you write out in this kind of way. Okay, 5x plus y plus 2. So you basically write down in the bigger bracket, because over here we already have those small brackets, right? We already having those, right? Those small brackets over here. So let me erase it to make it clear. Okay. So the final solution for this question is actually this whole thing. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And I believe we are actually on our last question. Yeah. So we are actually on our last question over here. So maybe pause the video and try this question. Try to doing this question by yourself. All right. Okay, so now let's do the question together. Okay, so the first thing you have to do over here, you have to get rid of the negative sign over here, okay? the first thing ever you have to do is you have to get rid of the negative sign over here. Okay, so we put out the negative. Okay, we just basically put out the negative. It's become plus 10s and then minus 8, right? So it is really important to you actually put out the negative, because if you have a negative, you better go no way to actually solve this problem. Okay. Okay, so let me remind you. Okay, let me remind you over here. It's quite important. Okay. So we can only using okay, so let me use basic method. Okay, so basic method. You can only factory. Oh, okay, let me actually rewrite a little bit. Rewrite. I think it's really messed right now. Factory require. So over here, you know that if we want to actually factory it, so we want to make sure it's in this kind of form, right? You guys all know it, right? So if we factory environment, then we need to have this kind of equation, right? And basically over here is that a have to be positive. Okay, have to be positive. That's the thing. You need to know it. Okay, and you know a also can't be 0. Okay, so basically, you know, we have you see there's actually a negative sign over here. There's actually a negative sign over here, right? So that's why I say, you know, it is quite important. So the factory requirement is first we have to eat this kind of form, right? We have to have a form ax squared plus bx plus c, and then you also want to make sure a have to be positive in order to doing the factory. Okay, in order to doing the factory, a also cannot be 0, because if it is 0, then there's no point. Okay, a just cannot be 0, and a also have to be positive, and then you can see the a, you know, the a over here is actually -3, so that's why you just want to you first pull out the negative first. Okay, you first pull out the negative first, then we are actually able to do the factory stuff. So what you can see over here is that we pull out the negative. We put negative on one side, and then we put in the same in the bracket, right? In the bracket. So now we are actually able to doing the factory. Okay, so now we are actually able to doing the factory. So what we're gonna do over here, we're gonna still follow the method, right? So what we have is 3s and then s, right? And then you can see over here we have a -8, and then we want to so we actually want to get a middle number as 10s, right? So we have to doing some tries, right? We have to do some tries to make it work, right? And then after a while, you should be able to see we put 4 at the bottom and then -2 at the top. Okay, so everyone know -8 is actually equal to -2 multiplied by 4. It can be also equal to 2 multiplied by -4, right? So we have to make a choice between it, right? So we have to make a choice, right? -8 can be also equal to -1 multiplied by 8, and also -8 multiplied by 1. So you're going to make a choice, right? So over here, while you're thinking for a while which one is right, you should be able to figure out, like, you know, this one is the right combination. This one is actually the right combination. Okay, after you couple try, you're thinking about, as I said before, most questions you should be able to get it in first try. Okay, it's not that really difficult. You should be able to see how you can get the middle number right. Over here, what we have for the middle number is 10s. Okay, and the right combination over here is -2 and 4. You put -2 on the top and then 4 on the bottom. Okay, and then so over here, let's do the cross operation. Okay, so as always, you multiply them. 3 is multiplied by 4, and then we have this, right? We have plus s multiplied by negative 2, right? And then what we have over here is 12s minus 2s, right? So what we have is 12s minus 2s, which is equal to 10s. Okay, so don't get confused. Okay, so we are actually focusing on we are actually focusing the c in the bracket right now. Okay, don't get confused. The c we are actually trying to factor out is the c in the bracket. Okay, is the c in the bracket. So the c, the bracket, we have a positive 10 as the middle number, right? And so we over here we get it as 10s, right? So you know we actually get the right combination, right? We actually get the right combination, right? So we finish the factory, right? So we basically finish the factory, right? So basically over here we finish the factory, and then let me move down it, okay? And then we putting a line between it, and then we write it down. So don't remember the negative sign, because we have a negative sign over here. So don't forget about it. Okay, don't forget about it. So we have to write it down the negative sign, and then we write it down 3s minus 2, and then s plus 4, right? Okay, so you write it down negative. Don't forget about the negative sign. Write down the negative sign first, and then 3s minus 2, and then s plus 4, and then we finish the question, right? We actually finish the question, right? And then basically all the part over here is actually the detail, so you can just leave it out. Okay, the detail. So you just kind of like leave it out. I will not erase it because I want to make sure can look at it. Okay, can look at it. Okay, so that's why I don't erase it. But when you do the question, you need to erase it. Okay. All right. So that's everything for today's topic, right? Hopefully you guys getting better, know how you actually doing those factory stuff. Okay. All right. So okay. So basically, thank you guys to watching my video. Okay, thank you guys to actually watching my video. I hope it is really helpful. Okay, I hope actually it is really helpful. Right? And make sure to subscribe to my channel. Also, click the like button. Right? Click the like button if you like it. Okay. And also leave a comment. All right. Also, you can leave a comment. All right. So if you still have any question, please leave a comment below, so I will try to answer your question as soon as possible. Okay, I will try to answer your question as soon as possible. All right. Otherwise, thank you guys watching my video, and see you guys on the next video. Okay, see you guys. Bye.